All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Crossing Swords. Happy New Year. As always, I'm Andrew.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome into the new year with us.
I feel...
Glad to be here.
Yeah, I am. I'm glad to be here. It's nice to be back. It's nice to be back at the mic.
Didn't think you'd make 2024, did you? All them enemies Big Daddy Big was making.
Look, Big Daddy Big is an outspoken...
It's a very outspoken individual.
Forthright man, and he's very blunt, and he's not afraid to share his opinion. And unfortunately, there's a lot of woke losers out there. And to them, me and Big Daddy Big say, fuck you, we made it.
But they're not the threat, are they? Woke losers aren't going to come and kill you.
They might try
and cancel you.
And like, I don't know if you've ever heard, but like 10 mangy dogs can kill a lion.
Was that your blog that I heard that one?
It might be.
Yeah, I think I did. Was that the tattoo that you've got across your chest?
No, that's the one that goes up my thigh.
That's the thigh one.
That's the thigh one.
That's the thigh tat.
It's a weird place to have that.
You know what? It's just when your woman's going down on you, it's nice to have something to read.
She needs
some
to
inspirational
know what I
quote.
That I might just think she's a mangy dog.
But if there's 10 of them,
they can take me down.
They can take you down.
Yeah, potentially. It's not guaranteed because of the power.
Obviously the power.
Yeah, but obviously I don't hit women either, so.
You don't have to.
No. Implication.
Because of the implication.
Yeah.
Obviously if it came to it.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, Joe Rogan's talked about it loads of times. Theoretically, he's like, he loves his family, but if shit hit the fan and it was every man for themselves, he was like, I could kill my family.
Why would that be a thought that you'd have?
Everyone's thought about who could they kill in their lives. Everyone's done
it.
Yeah,
but never my family.
Really? Never thought, like, if you had to, between you and your mum, it's mano a mano?
But why would it be?
I don't know. Like,
I feel like that ponytail guy. Have you seen that ponytail guy? He kind of made a bit of a splash in 2023.
Which ponytail guy?
The guy who, I think it was in New York, where he was asked one of them like hypothetical questions. Like, you know, if you had to either give up sex or food or whatever.
Right.
Whatever the hypothesis is. I actually do know it, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. And he goes, well, I don't have to choose, do I? He's like, why do I have to? He's like, well, it's just, you have to give up one. He's like, no, yeah. I refuse the premise of your...
Wow. You just couldn't even...
They just refused.
To be honest, you've done that before.
Yeah, because the questions you ask are ridiculous. That was the therapy.
What?
Are you going to bill me at the end?
No. I might do, actually. But normally I just ask for sexual favours.
So does my therapist.
Do you know what? As long as you're cool with it, I don't see a problem. But what was that question?
What, my question?
That the ponytail guy was being asked.
Can't remember. Honestly, can't remember.
No, but what was the example you just used? Because it was a good one. I wanted to hear your
give up sex or food?
Yeah.
Well, I think we've covered this before.
I know what mine answer is. It's not going to shock a lot
No,
of people.
I think mine's the same.
Like, I cannot tell you how much I love vagina,
sex.
Jake.
Love Lord,
I love pussy. I'm, I love it. It's great.
Don't we all?
But the idea of never having chicken and black bean again, do you know what I mean?
Just chicken.
Yeah.
Or crisps are my weakness.
No, but like if I think about what my favourite meal is, like this might be my death row meal, it would probably be a Chinese.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
So, like the idea of never having that again just doesn't bear thinking about.
And the priest. Well, if it was a priest, he'd probably offer to see you off before you went.
I'm too old for him.
You don't know, No,
it's quite famously well known that priests like them young.
For sure. But statistically, there's got to be at least one that likes them old.
He's desperate enough that he can't get hold of any children at the moment.
I think he's just, he's a very Christian man, a Catholic man, and he knows that...
I don't even think on death's door.
He knows that giving is...
If I'd be cool with that.
What, having a priest wank you off?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you're going to die anyway.
So you would then?
No, I don't really...
You're on death row and the priest like, mate,
I don't want to get involved in the church.
12 o'clock, it's 10 now. Do you want me to give you a quick...
Yeah, I don't want to get involved in the church.
I'll only deliver your last rites if you let me wank you off.
Well, I would argue it's not very Christian to bargain like that, is it?
No, but needs must sometimes, isn't it? I
mean, is that his final plea?
I mean, to be honest with you, even in that situation, I'm not bothered about the last rites enough to be willing to be wanked off by an old priest.
I mean, I don't think. Sure, you get the choice. I'm sure atheists aren't offered their last rites. Whether they're still offered the hand job, I don't know.
I'm sure they are offered a priest.
A final
a final one.
How'd you do? Yeah, final.
Yeah. Someone has to do it for them.
Final stroke to
they
the
Dutch
grave.
rudder it, don't they?
What's Dutch ruddering? I'm
You know
almost
what
too
Dutch
afraid to
ruddering
ask.
is. So it'd be like, you hold your knob
Yeah,
and I hold mine, but with our other arms,
we move the hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
grabbing the other person's arm. That's a Dutch rudder.
Okay.
I think that's what a Dutch rudder is.
I mean, probably.
So yeah.
Put me off my trip to Amsterdam.
Look, I don't think they're all at it.
No,
It's a
I
bit
think
like German Shizer porn. It's a myth. I don't know if how many German people are
Just
actually
them.
into shit.
them and Cartman's mum.
Yeah. Dirty whore.
That's someone's mother.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Put some respect on that.
And we shouldn't kink shame either.
No.
Although that's pretty fucked up.
It's a limit for me.
I was going to say, would you
Throw it
let
out
a
there.
lady shit on you?
No,
Or
it's
would
a
you
limit
shit
for
on
me.
a lady?
If my partner was into it, she could happily go and get that out.
Could you shit
I was
on
just
the
about to
mother
say
of your
she'd get
children?
that shit elsewhere.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
You couldn't shit on the mother of your children.
But here's
What
the
if,
deal.
hypothetical, right? I'm just literally throwing it out there. You met the woman of your dreams. You settled down. 2 years in, you got a kid. And she's like, babe, we've been together a while now, but I feel comfortable enough. I finally need to tell you what my favourite kink is. I want you to shit on me. And then have sex with me afterwards.
No, I'm sorry.
What
I
if
just
she's
can't
like,
do
I
it.
might have to leave you if you can't fulfill this? It's the woman of your dreams. She's
Then
a
I'd
smoke
start.
show.
I'd start thinking up all the things that I want in the divorce.
You'd start packing her bag.
I just couldn't do it. It's not. I'd offer the compromise. I'd say I'll help you find someone else to do it.
So you would
On
let
these are
someone else
conditions.
shit on the mother
But
of your children.
but they can't have sex. And these are the
No, but
conditions.
so all right. So that's going to have to be the compromise then. A third party comes
A
in.
third party. No.
Shit.
No,
on your
because you've not let me
missus.
get to my conditions.
Has to be like somewhere else.
Has to be somewhere else.
Okay.
And whether it's this person's place or whether it's a hotel, there then has to be a secondary hotel room where she can shower.
So
I
like,
want
right,
hygiene coming
but
back
like
through the
you've
front
got-
door.
like what she's going to say to you in response. I'm your wife, all right. I'm like, look, right. Cool. I'm from
How
the
did I bag?
hotel.
I'm not. This is not very believable though, because how did I bag a hottie like you? Come on.
I know, but you're dreaming right now. It's a
It's fantasy.
hypothetical.
Okay, sure.
And it's a new
Hypothetical.
year. We got to dream big.
I'm dreaming big. Literally
dreaming big.
Literally dreaming big.
Like I'm fine with the hotel. I'm even fine with the other person as long as it's someone we trust and we feel comfortable with. I'm
I'd
all right
rather
with
it's a
that.
stranger, to be honest. I don't want to like make small
I
talk
want
with the
it to be
person who's.
Ash.
I don't want to make small
I
talk.
want
with-
Alex. I want Alex to be the person that shits on me. Then, if it can't be you, it needs to be Alex.
Fair compromise.
Do you know what? I think he'd do it. I think he's a proper champ. But my like right,
Yeah,
fine.
go on, champ.
You've changed it a little bit, so this is my counter. They shit on me, and then we immediately have sex. They leave the room,
no.
and then we have sex, and
No.
then we go shower together.
No, I'm not. I'm definitely not getting in the shower with you. There might get some shit on me.
Wow,
It's a hygiene thing. I don't feel comfortable with it.
it's just a bit of poo.
Yeah, that's all well and good. And I'm sure once you're a parent and you've had young kids,
That's what I'm saying.
it
I
all
think
changes.
You will be desensitized.
I think
to
it'll be probably, yeah, it'll be no problem. You'd be like, babe, I want you to shit on me. And it's like, look, why waste some? Here's some nappies.
No, you can't wipe your own child's shit on you.
That's the
too
line.
far.
That's the line.
That is far too far. Like people let us know.
I'm learning.
on the
I'm
socials
learning.
down below. They'll be on the screen at the beginning and at the end.
It's educational this year. Don't say this isn't an educational podcast. Should we remarket ourselves as an educational podcast?
I do have to put every time I upload this to YouTube, there's a question at the end of every video where it's like, "Is this for children?" And like, there
They
is a
gotta know.
part of me that wants to put yes,
They gotta know.
but I don't because there's genuine like serious like we could get kicked off of YouTube if we did that one too
Fuck
many
YouTube.
times. No, but we're doing all right on YouTube, bro. Don't
Yeah,
do
like,
that.
but you know my
Stop,
anarchic.
stop alienating our audience.
What I do?
No,
I'm a
but
peacock. You got to let me fly.
Not on this, I can't.
Who can I slag off?
Literally anyone else.
Fine, and I will.
I'd say someone you can slag off. It's a nice little segue.
Sure.
Joey Barton.
Easy picking though, isn't it? Low hanging fruit that.
It is. But I want to talk about it because it's been quite a big story. It started off before Christmas. It's like a couple of weeks old, but it's still going now.
Well, it's for Sports Personality of the Year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that sort. No, but it was going on before that.
It was, but it kind of...
It culminated in the Sports Personality of the Year. But it all started with Joey Barton making comments about how there were too many women in men's commentary and punditry in football. And that most of them are shit, basically. And he tried to like turn it around later on and be like, it's just about the tokenism. If they are genuinely good enough, I don't mind, and I do think women can work hard enough to get there and be deserving. You know,
so you see that interview he did on like GB News, where he basically came out and went, "Listen, I've got a nan," and the thing is, you think I'm taking the piss? That is more or less.
I know.
Word for word.
I watched him.
He said, I had a matriarchal nan. And that is it. It's like,
Yeah.
you had a nan, so, oh yeah, do you know what? I can be... That is genuinely the equivalent of being like, listen, I've got a black friend, okay?
That's 100% what it is. I know a Jewish guy. I'm not anti-Semitic,
guys,
because I know
please,
a Jewish guy.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay? My dentist brother's next door neighbour is like a quarter Jewish, so I think I can say what I'm about to say.
Yeah. Before we get into like what we think about what he thinks, why do we think he's done it?
Attention, jealousy.
But like, jealousy, yes. But I don't get what this attention does for him. It doesn't raise his profile. Like, unless he wants to become but like, unless his aim is to be a GB News presenter, that's all it can achieve for him, isn't it?
I think all he wanted to do was drive.
To
do you know the kind of, because it's become really popular, and I in fact I hadn't planned on talking about it, but note it down, my man, because I'll talk about Ricky Gervais as well and his latest special.
Okay, I haven't seen it
because nor have I, but it's become a really divisive thing on the internet.
It always is though. Anytime,
but it's something in that where it's similar to what Ricky Gervais has done, the shift that he's made in his career, where it's like, do you know what? I can be really lazy, really easy. And there's this whole audience that are ready to eat that shit up. The free speech bros, the bros who are like, women are getting too much power. You know, the Andrew Tate followers almost. And Joey Barton can drive those people into his podcast.
I would definitely say like Gervais feels like a cult of personality. Like there's this mystique built up around him because of the iconic stuff he has created, because he is a very talented comedic writer when he wants to be. Like,
with Steve Merchant.
Oh, absolutely. Like, look, there's like, we wouldn't be who we are without the foil of the other person. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well,
more often, like Elton John is a magnificent songwriter, but
he's a musician. He needs the lyrics.
Yeah, 100. So like, there's always that anyway. But I still think he's a talented comedic writer, and I think, didn't he do Afterlife without Steve? I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, he did Afterlife, but
that tailed off towards the end.
I was going to say a quick review for me for Afterlife.
The first season, incredible.
First season was good. I don't think it was that funny. It had moments, but it wasn't that funny. But it was an emotional.
More emotional.
It was an emotional beat.
With it's difficult. Like when you lose someone you love that much, like. There are weird, like, horrible, funny moments, and I think that's something that captured really, really
Afterlife 2 was okay.
But not
it had the same emotional beats, but you kind of used to it at that point.
Yeah.
The character's not really grown in the ways that you expect them to or want them to, and that's kind of okay. I get that's its own point. But again, not that funny. And then Afterlife 3 was just like the biggest drop-off I've ever seen of anything.
And they, for some reason, didn't keep Roisin Connolly in it. It was one of the best characters.
I mean, at least the first series made me laugh a bit in time to time. Third series didn't make me laugh at all. And the emotional beats, none of them hit.
No, I have
None
to
of the
admit,
emotional beats hit.
I remember seeing the ending of the third series, and I was like, is that it?
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Like,
it was a massive drop-off.
I didn't really get the last series at all.
Joey Barton. So why do you think he's done it?
I think probably like you, to drive numbers, because I think he's got his own podcast.
I think that's what it's about.
I used to actually, I didn't know a lot about him, to be fair. I knew he was quite an angry guy and he was quite controversial in football. But like when he was on his betting ban and he had like a year off, he had a podcast that I listened to a few episodes, and he actually came across all right. And I thought, the more I learn about him, the less I like him,
Sure.
to be fair. And I've actually got, if I can find it, it's not a clip, but it's just a list of some of his highlights. So, number one, in December 2004, Barton was at a Christmas party with his Man City teammates when he got angry at a youth player, Jamie Tandy, for trying to set his shirt on fire. Barton retaliated by stubbing a lit cigar in Tandy's eye, causing a burn injury. And he also did it while dressed as Jimmy Savile.
Classic.
Number two, he had a mass brawl in a pre-season friendly because he was being reckless on the field and doing really shitty tackles unnecessarily. Number three, assaulting Osman Darboe. In May 2007, Barton assaulted his City teammate Osman Darboe during a training session. He punched him several times, leaving him with a detached retina.
Yeah.
Jail sentence for street fighting in December 2007, where he punched one man 20 times and attacked another teenager, breaking his teeth. He served 74 days in prison. He's had multiple altercations with lots of different footballers on the pitch, including Morten Gamps Pedersen, who he punched on the field as well. He's been accused of beating his wife in 2021 when he was charged with assault by beating after a woman believed to be his wife suffered a head injury in their home in London. He was due to appear in court, but the case was dropped after a judge said Barton would not receive a fair trial. He also called Neymar a skinny ladyboy back in 2013, and he was famously banned in 2017 for a year for betting.
Interesting, isn't it, that the judge, basically, he potentially, allegedly did this horrendous thing, and rather than face some kind of, like, unique approach to it,
Yeah.
the legal system just went, we won't bother then.
It's difficult without knowing. I never knew that, so I don't know what the circumstances are or what there could have been a mishandling of evidence. We don't know.
Part of me thinks that it was just a case of he just says these things into the void, but unfortunately it's not into the void. Social media, and he does have a following. He does have a following. It'll pick up.
The amount of people that agree with him.
And the thing is, just to go on the issue of actually what his criticism of female punditry, and obviously, like we said, culminated with Mary Earps winning the thing about Mary Earps, and he was like, tokenism is like, mate, it's a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Literally voted for by the public.
Yeah.
You cannot say that the public don't want that.
When they
That's
voted for
literally
it.
the thing they voted for. So shut the fuck up on that front. I think it's, to me, what makes my take on it is that there's, in terms of like male co-commentators,
Yeah.
I could count probably on one hand the ones I actually like. Most of them talk shit.
Yeah.
And I mean shit. The amount of times that I'm watching a game and I'll do a little eye roll when they go, and your commentary team, and whoever they say, I'm like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
So, also, I mean, we've got Michael Owen went viral recently for saying he threw an apple into a bin and talking about it as if it was some heroic tale.
Yeah, that it was an example of his destiny for perfection.
Does he deserve
was
to be
always
there?
craving it. And
Rio Ferdinand may have played at a very high level, but he
His
cheated on his
punditry-
dying wife.
did he?
He got with his current wife while his other wife was dying.
I thought it was after.
That was a crossover.
Oh, shit.
So, like,
Oh,
does he deserve to be... Do you know what I mean? Does he deserve to be up there?
Yeah.
I mean, Roy Keane
He also
has had his
did
own
say to
altercations.
Man United to let Ollie put whatever length of contract and amount of money on the contract he wanted and let him sign it.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
the ridiculous thing at the heart of what he's talking about is how unlogical it is, because there are far more shit men, pundits and journalists in general in the sports and like presenters as well that are all shit. Like, what's Gabby Bonahor adding to...
Oh, mate,
football
any of the ones that do
discussion?
talk sport can
Whereas
fuck
like,
right off.
some of the most iconic pundits at the moment are people like Laura Woods and Alex
I
Scott.
love
Some
Laura
of the
Woods.
most-
She's brilliant. And Alex Scott.
and like, if you were to ask most, I think, decent men who watch football or enjoy football, who some of their favourite pundits were in general, even not male or female, I think they'd be up.
Just on presenters, when I look at the people that present or have presented England games and stuff, I've got nothing necessarily against Mark Pugac, but if you gave me a choice between Mark Pugac and Laura Wood, it's 100% Laura Wood
every
every
time.
single day of the week.
Yeah.
His thing is, his comment is that they never played at the top level.
Yeah, he was like, they can't
so they can't comment on it.
the difference in the physicality, the speed. He was like, "You've never had me come at you full speed." Do you know what I mean?
And I bet many women have, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah. But like the only thing that was annoying, I did see him debate three ladies on Piers Morgan's YouTube thing, and I watched it. And unfortunately, they all just kept getting annoyed at him. So in the end, he just got to sit there and go, "Oh, you're all just yelling at me, so I'm not going to talk to you." And he just sat there repeating it.
It's a loaded thing, isn't it, to bring them on to talk about it. You've got to have...
Yeah.
It's a real skill to be able to sit there calmly while someone says the most inane, stupid shit.
I'm not going to judge any woman for getting emotional about it, because it's a really shit... Like, he's got 2 daughters. Do you know what I mean? Like, his children are girls.
Them? What kind of world can they expect to grow up into?
Whereas he thinks he's creating a better world for them. He thinks by making it so that they actually have to work hard and they don't just get the job because they're a woman. But the thing is, it's interesting because I used to have I was probably similar to Joey Barton's approach in the past. Like, I hated the idea of the...
Tokenism.
The Rooney rule, like that you had to have a certain amount of people of BAME backgrounds.
Right. So it is tokenism, really, but...
It is, but I actually think you do need it. Because
you do, yeah.
You need to force people through the door. They still need to be qualified. They still need to be up for the job. But again, another illogical argument of Joey Barton is that these people are just given a job. But like, no one ever has any job experience or opportunity without being given a chance at some point. You might have worked towards it, but eventually someone has to go.
And it's like, do you know what? It is a skill that you kind of gain. I would say with the punditry more than the comms. I mean, comms is definitely a huge skill, but with the punditry as well, I look at someone like Clinton Morrison.
Yeah.
When he first came through and started doing the odd game on Soccer Saturday, he wasn't that good.
No.
I mean, I liked him because of his Palace connections, but he wasn't that good. But he's grown into the role.
Yeah.
And now I would say he's one of my favourites because he's one of the ones that he doesn't just sit there and say, he actually injects a bit of personality into it.
Yeah.
And he does the job.
And he's like, he doesn't, what I like about Clinton Morrison is it's still Clinton Morrison.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's not putting on presenter Clinton Morrison.
No.
It's Clinton Morrison presenting. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Or doing punditry rather.
And he had to have that opportunity to learn that role.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, look, Sue Smith is another one actually, who is a woman. Conveniently enough, that was a very Alan Partridge moment. I'm aware.
Yeah.
Sue Smith, she's a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I named one.
But she was another one. When she first started coming on, it was like, she's doing this game. Is it same as well? Like I said, with Clinton, I gave a little more leeway purely because of his Palace connection.
Love, yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
But with Sue Smith, it's like, oh, okay. But again, because she keeps getting the opportunity and because she keeps doing it, she has got a lot better at it, and now she is a decent.
Look,
pundit.
we understand what that's like. Sometimes, like, we do it on a very small scale, being in front of a camera and putting a mic in front of us and having to a degree, perform, because it's not the most natural thing in the world. And it's
hard with your clothes on.
I used to get really anxious and scared when we first did it because I just felt so self-conscious about my voice. And like, they're human too. They have the same thing, and we all fuck up. We all make mistakes. And what's annoying me at the moment is there'll be a clip of a female pundit slipping up or saying something that's just not particularly insightful, and then they tweet it to Joey Barton to say, "What do you think, mate?" And then he's like, "See, this is another."
I saw
example.
that yesterday.
Like, yeah, but I could pluck out like about 10 things of Graham Souness, one of the most high-profile
player. He was a great player.
Football figures in like the last
decent manager. I mean, not great,
memory, but I could pick at least 5 clips of that man looking like an absolute tit. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean he has no value to add. It just means
it's not just that, but look at one from a professionalism point of view.
Yeah,
one of the most beloved moments in football commentary and punditry. It's not commentary, but is Chris Kamara not knowing that a player had been sent off. Now, if you analyse that as a professional,
what was going on.
Like if you put the glasses on like you would now to pick a woman, you'd be like, she's don't even know the fucking rules of the game, mate. Don't even know how many players are there. But actually, it was a really funny moment.
He was so charming, and he's such a charming and affable person.
It was a funny moment, and you can get that. But if you're going to put those goggles on it, no one's going to last anything.
No.
You know, these
we
people
all look like a tit now and again. Do you know what I mean? We all say stupid shit.
And you do your research and stuff, don't get me wrong. But if I was going to go and sit there now and commentate on like who's playing tonight, Liverpool, Newcastle are due to play. So this is a giveaway. We're recording on the Monday, on the first day of the year.
It's literally the first.
But if I went there and I looked up, I go, oh, Liverpool, Newcastle, yeah, they haven't, Liverpool haven't actually put together, the last time they put together a streak like this was in, then I'd panic 'cause I think, I've said something now that I don't actually know the answer to. And if I was a woman, that would be pulled up and it'd be sent to Joey Barton and go, she don't even know what the fuck she's talking about, does she? Which don't
but
know.
if Gary Neville did that, or whoever, no one would notice at all.
No.
Or they might send him a joke in like, oh, look like a dick tonight, mate, on Twitter or something like that.
Yeah, but the fact is, the Chris Kamara thing, if you analyse it from the same
100%, but we see it from Chris Kamara and we're completely cool with it.
And it was a brilliant moment. It's genuinely one of my favourite ever TV sports moments.
But yeah, if Joey Barton's issue is the standard of punditry, he should be having an issue with it in general, not just with women. I don't understand his hatred towards women, that attitude towards women. I just don't.
Also, he claimed he could score 100 out of 100 penalties against Mary Earps. His penalty record was dreadful. I think we should do it. And the first one he misses, we should just go, nope, sorry, Joe, ain't 100 out of 100. Yeah. Piss off. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you're shit.
Yeah, it's almost sad because the thing was, he was a decent player, but he was too angry to actually apply himself and stay in a every manager that worked with him apart from one. There was only one, that was Sean Dyche, that was able to work with him constructively, and that was at the end of his career. And
every other manager moved him on.
He's then failed as a manager. I think he had a reasonable stretch at Bristol Rovers for a little bit, and then he got sacked, and now he's just trying to peddle his image as the right wing of the football community.
It's easy target.
Yeah,
it's an easy audience. Because they latch on, they are cultist. Yeah, and they will adopt you. If you come out and say,
but I want to just.
If you come out and say, what no one wants you to say. If you come out and go, this woke agenda, bang, you've got an easy audience.
Yeah. But I'm on board with
whether you believe it or not.
But if you want to call it tokenism,
not everyone.
I'm on board with it.
By the way, can I just be clear? Because I know a couple of people listen to this who do consider themselves to be a bit anti-woke. It's not everyone like that latches on in this cultist way.
No. But
there are a good portion of people.
I'm pretty sure I know what most of our mates would think about this. I know the ones that would be like, well, do you know what? I think he might actually have a point.
But then equally, if you turn around and go, okay, which male commentators do you like or do you think are good enough?
Yeah.
They'd struggle.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, can we stay in the world of football then?
Please.
Sort of. Are you aware of this new document that's come out that reveals that Tony Blair supported plans to move in 97 or whenever it happened to move Wimbledon to Northern Ireland?
Oh, right. I thought this was fake. I think I did read something online about it, but I thought it was just... What were they going to... It had a weird name, didn't it?
Well, I don't remember the name of it, but when I first saw it, and I thought, great, another way Tony Blair's going to be an absolute cock. But when I actually stop and think about it, and this is going to be a bit weird here.
You're on Tony Blair's side?
It makes sense. Now, may I present my argument?
Please do, because I don't even know what happened.
You can criticise. So the decision to move the club has already been made.
Right.
Tony Blair in no way has any say in it.
Right.
All he said was, if you're going to move anywhere, I suggest Northern Ireland. Now, the reason I think that would have worked to an extent... Was it
to have a Premier League team in Northern Ireland to support...
That, or an English, a potentially Premier League team, but also...
an Irish representation.
It would be a team in Ireland, as my dad actually pointed this out to me when we were talking about it, because I went with... That was my first thought, was your first thought, was to go... To have Premier... It's a team that is neither Protestant nor Catholic. It has no affiliation on one side or the other.
Right, yeah.
So it could be a...
But what about the poor fucking Wimbledon fans?
Well, this is the thing. They were going to lose anyway, and they lost, even when it went not quite as far up the road to Milton Keynes.
Why did it need to be Wimbledon? Why couldn't it just be... Why couldn't he just have a club created?
And he could, but like I said, Tony Blair...
Oh, I guess because of their Premier League or top division.
Yeah, and Tony Blair had no actual say in it.
Were they top division when they got moved?
I think... Did they not have to be dissolved and start again?
Because I know they were homeless for a while because they shared with Palace, didn't they? I'm not my history on it's sketchy.
But they were talking
I
about.
know it was Peter Winkelman that moved them.
But the decision to be
Milton
moved
Keynes.
had already been made. They were
Right,
going to be moved,
Okay.
and it was just where are they going to be relocated?
Yeah.
And Tony Blair was just suggesting Northern Ireland. And when the more I thought about it, the more I thought, actually, do you know what?
It actually. Yeah,
There's
no, I get
something
what-
in that.
Yeah.
He probably shouldn't have said it. And if I was his
in
advisor,
my head, I was like, it would have stoked the economy in that area wherever they
Yeah.
decided to put the club.
if I was his advisor, I'd tell him, Tone, sit this one out. Don't say anything.
And you know what? We'd have been able to pilfer any of the decent
Irish.
young
Stock.
Irish players coming up. Because you know people would have moved to that area from the Republic of Ireland to be closer to that football club because it got Premier League games.
Certainly for people with kids playing in the academy system.
So we'd have had to be fair,
mean,
Declan Rice and Jack Grealish are decent additions from
We
the
nick them all
Irish.
anyway.
Yeah.
But
Evan Ferguson, it doesn't look like we're going to get.
I just wanted to throw out the argument that actually wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world.
Do you know what?
It's not the worst
Look,
suggestion.
to be honest, we've been in a position for a while, mate, where Tony Blair as Prime Minister would be preferable. Do you know what I mean? And the guy's a war criminal.
He's actual, yeah.
Like, and I would prefer him to what we've had the last 13 years.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with you.
do you know, it's interesting, and I wasn't planning to talk about this. I watched, I'd never seen it before, really. The Rest is Politics, which is the
Is that the
Alistair Campbell and Rory Stewart.
Yeah, Rory Stewart got
and
a podcast.
they did an interview with Angela Rayner.
Okay.
And I knew a lot about her. I knew she was a single mum. But the thing that always rings home for me is that the things that were in place for Angela Rayner at 17, single mum, barely knew how to read or
All
write,
came from
to come
New
from
Labour.
that and become the deputy leader of Labour, and she's very likely going to be the deputy prime
but
minister.
she owes all the opportunities she had to
Programmes
Labour
and
policies.
that don't exist anymore. The biggest one being Sure Start, which even I've heard of. But none of these things exist anymore. So all those things in place that would have allowed anyone potentially in that position with enough determination to go from being a single mum at 17 to potentially the deputy prime minister. of the
almost
country.
anyone. I couldn't go from being a single mum at 17. I struggled with the first part.
Bro, it's 2023. You can do whatever the fuck you
No, bro, it's not.
2024.
It's 2024.
Exactly. It's 2024. We're even further ahead now.
But if time is cyclical, then we're actually moving even closer to the past.
No, we're not.
Just wanted to throw some
That's only
physics.
if you
Just wanted to
believe,
throw
that's
some,
if you're into
you know,
Futuramas.
timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly
Yeah.
stuff at you.
No, it's more branching
Branching, yeah. We're branching it away or towards?
away
From what?
and towards at the same,
At the same time.
Yeah.
Well, we need to really reconsider whether we're an educational podcast.
Do you know what? These are the sort of conversations
We're ticking the
where
boxes.
there should be certain substances involved and low lighting and.
If we were high enough, we'd have got a full hour out of that thought.
Do
At
you
least.
believe there's any way to like actually realise what the meaning of life is without substances?
I believe the meaning in life is entirely subjective,
Exactly.
and I'm sober.
No, but I feel like
Well, mostly sober.
You don't think you could go deeper?
Yeah, I could. Sober, yeah.
No, but unsober.
No, I think I could go as deep sober as unsober.
I think you're wrong.
I think I'd just be less coherent. I'd be more babbly.
So close-minded.
I'm not close. I'm sober.
You're sober.
Should we not be? Should I not be? I know you're not.
I think you should be on psychedelics.
I would try some psychedelics.
Absolutely. How far would you go though? Are you just stopping at mushrooms, or you want to go DMT?
I think you got to work up to it, haven't you?
Oh no, absolutely.
You try a bit and you see how you get on.
You start with mushrooms and then move on.
See how you
to-
get on, and then you move on.
Would you do because it's ayahuasca? Would you do the original, like the OG?
Would you?
Yeah, absolutely would. I think, like I said, you got to start off with at least a couple of doses of mushrooms first.
Yeah, you got to build up.
Build up,
You got to build up.
You got to have some sort of experience with it. But I haven't actually tried any of that yet. But I'd like to. No, genuinely.
No. I get it.
Yeah. For anyone listening or watching.
But did you have anything else to talk about, my man? Or can we not do it sober? Are all your topics
No, of course we can do it.
to be discussed
sober.
high?
What did you get for Christmas?
Mostly socks and books. What did you get?
Sort of similar, to be honest. All mostly practical stuff.
And I got a Build Your Own Gingerbread House kit.
Okay. Have you done it?
Not yet.
Bro, Christmas is done. You should have been on that sharpish.
I know, but I'm a massive procrastinator.
No, but you could have done it while you were sitting, I don't know, watching the telly at Christmas with the family.
I don't really get... The thing is, Boxing Day was kind of just a chill day because you don't... As we were saying, Christmas, the period off for us, isn't actually really a period off.
No, it's just a couple of days. And that's it. Not everyone even gets a couple of days.
Boxing Day was just chilling. Then I was been back at work.
Yeah.
And had work at the football.
Yeah.
So I haven't really had
you
a
were
proper
meant to
opportunity
go
yet.
abroad.
Yeah, that was a
Where were you going to go?
Paris.
Because it was hilarious because it was just one of our friends inviting us to something that sparked me finding out you weren't even going to be in the country. And I was like, but we're doing a podcast tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'd have been back. I
was like, he can't be. In my head, I was like, he must be going France then because that's the only place I can think
Yeah, I
of
was.
that's-
But the mayhem with the Eurotunnel.
What happened with that?
The
I didn't-
Eurostar. So just with the tunnel under the Thames,
Yeah.
there was flooding.
Okay.
So all the trains were cancelled on
Shit.
Saturday.
How did the tunnel get flooded? It's under.
I don't know. You'd have to look into it. I'm sure there
Yeah.
is stories. And then there was knock-on drama from the Sunday and stuff, and it was just like...
Oh, shit. Couldn't get a cheap flight.
I didn't even... I was just... By the time I'd got up there and got back...
Oh, what? So you went all the way to the... Where is it? St. Pancras?
St. Pancras, yeah.
What, so you got there and then found out it was cancelled?
Well, no, it wasn't... Yeah.
What is it
wasn't
with you
fun.
in that happening? You had that with America, didn't you? You were literally... It was
Turkey.
That was it. It was Turkey. You were in the...
Yeah, if I'd had a nickel for every time I got to the departure lounge and found out I wasn't going
you're literally
anywhere...
about to get on the
It
plane.
would be... I'd have 2 nickels.
All your bags are packed,
Just
Jake,
weird that it
and you're
happened
ready
twice.
to go.
And then I was thinking I was going to just drive up to, like, Cardiff or something and be...
Just be in another country.
But then I thought, you know what? I said, by the time I got done
Were
with
you
it
on
all,
your
I was
own,
just
by the way?
knackered. Yeah.
Okay, I did wonder if you were going
I was
out
just
or
so
something.
tired. I was like, do you know what?
Did you see the New Year in?
Forget it. I was up for it, yeah. But
Okay. I was in bed by 9.
yeah. What? So, Christmas gifts.
Mainly practical stuff, to be honest. Aftershave, boxers, socks.
Anal training kit.
I got James O'Brien's new book. Probably won't read it.
What is it?
It's How They Broke Britain.
Oh, okay.
And each chapter is dedicated to a different person. So like one's about
Gove.
Farage, Johnson. I think Sunak's got one. The editor of the Mail, whose name escapes me, or the former editor, who was then, they were trying to make him the head of the BBC at one point. Was it Paul Dacre?
Oh, Paul Tucker, yeah.
And yeah, I got that book. Some Bluetooth headphones, like little ones for while I'm at work. I wanted some iTunes vouchers, which I like because I get to add to my movie collection on my Apple TV. Because honestly, DVDs and Blu-rays are a ball ache, man.
I mean, if we're literally listing them, I got socks. I got nerd
That's
socks.
why I asked what you got.
I got
bro.
nerd socks. I got 3 Star Wars books.
Nice.
I got...
What Star Wars books?
So 2 of them, I couldn't tell you the names of them, but I had... Basically, they came into where I was at work. I had... One of them I had the first... They were like 2-parters. One of them I had the first part, one of them I had the second part. So I asked for the corresponding ones. And then I got New Dawn, which is the first meeting of Kanan Jarrus and Harrison Dula. Which, for those listening, they'll know.
I don't.
They'll know.
And people think I'm a nerd. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, you are a nerd as well.
I am a nerd, but I'm not this.
I mean,
nerdy.
look, check it out.
I don't read. What's happening? What is it?
Vader socks.
I couldn't have told you they were Vader.
And I got a pre-order for the Atlas Complex.
There wasn't
is a
enough
book
Lego
by a
show
woman
for my
called-
liking.
Well, pay for that show, my man.
I'm not paying.
2024.
I
Got bills
expect
to
you
pay.
to pay, not the other way around.
So yeah, so I got a pre-order for the Atlas Complex, which is the 3rd in a series I'm already reading. Read the first 2, and I got a pair of chinos because I'd expressed interest because I don't have a pair of chinos that fit,
Nice.
and I had to be light enough
Because you'd lost too much weight.
and put it back on. And
No, you haven't. Not all of it.
Not all of it. No, not all of it. And a pair of shorts.
No, but I think you look a nice, healthy weight.
And a pair of shorts with zips pockets because I only have one and I wear them way too much.
Too much stuff falls out of shorts.
So much.
It's unbelievable.
So they're
all shorts should have zip pockets. Any shorts that don't, it's just pointless. Why have pockets?
Agreed.
Makes me sick. How do you wash yourself? Do you use a soap bar first of all?
No, I
just a shower gel in your hand. That is such.
It's fancy. It's imperial leather.
Of course it is.
You get them for £1 in.
Look, do you know we've been talking about that you're not healthy for the Tory image?
No, what was it the other day?
Imperial level's quite Tory.
It's like £1 a bottle in Lidl, and they last.
But like
months.
Imperial level with the posh soap back in the day that had the little like foil thing on top of the bar that was like posh.
Well, how do you wash yourself?
With a bar of Dove, do you know what I mean? No, but like, what order do you do the bits and pieces before the face? Do you wash the face?
I'll tell you my full shower routine if you want. I'm not in there long. Get in.
You're never in there long from what I hear.
I take it out the holster.
What out the holster?
I take the shower head out the holster.
Really?
And I hold it away from me and I turn it on and let it warm up. Then I run it over my feet to acclimatise, stick it back in the holster.
You spend half your showering time just dicking around with the shower head.
It takes like 5 seconds for it to warm up, but what I don't want to do is get into a cold shower. So warm it up.
No, why don't you turn it on and then get into the shower?
I'm not an animal. To warm it up, put it up, bosh, get a little wet everything, shower, back out the holster, get the underbits back in the holster. Then I angle it down so that I can move away from the wall. Bit of soap. Or the gel, lather it up.
Do you know there is far too much shower head fondling for my liking? That's not natural.
It's a little shower.
There's something wrong with that.
Right, under the armpits.
What's wrong with your shower that you can't just stand under it?
I go under the armpits, down the arms. That's me one.
Why are you not answering my question?
I didn't hear what your question was.
I'm not. Why?
Because it's only a little shower.
You're a little man.
Wow. That's where we're going.
You're not large like me. That's a better way to put it.
Wow.
You're not as large as me.
I just like the room.
Wow. But that's too much, man.
I couldn't just stand there and do. I couldn't just stand there and do nothing as well. I've got to do things.
So you'll never just have a moment of like, oh, this just feels nice.
Oh no, yeah.
Stand under the water.
I will if I've got time. Problem is, I very rarely have time. I'm very poor timekeeper.
See, I've heard from your travel companions that you famously take quite a while in the bathroom.
Yep, half an hour.
Yeah.
Half an hour, start to finish. Now.
Does that include a poo?
It does.
Mate.
What?
You're a weird man.
What's wrong with that?
To know your whole bathroom routine I'm not comfortable with. Like, you need to allow at least 20 minutes for a poo.
But, listen, look. Bosh, underarms, down the arms.
But with shower gel as well, it's so wasteful.
Then I'll do my feet.
Right,
get in between the toes.
Never.
Get all that.
Occasionally.
Then it's round the front, round the back, and then I always leave a little bit just to what.
You wash your back as well, don't you?
Nope. I just do armpits, arms, feet, and then the more intimate regions.
Your dick and balls.
And the back.
How invasive are you with the bum?
I don't put a finger up if that's what you're implying.
No, but like, are we applying pressure to make sure it's clean?
Yeah, I'll apply like on my cheeks.
No, on the hole.
There's enough pressure. I wouldn't say I apply pressure. There's just like enough pressure to
I'm
get it
not saying
clean.
Try to start inserting. I'm just saying like you're at least letting it know you're there.
We're not starting.
You know something's happening. Do you know what I mean?
We're not having an awakening in the shower.
Like it's I need to be aware of what's going on here.
Then I wash it all off.
How many times do you wash your hair?
Every day.
No, in the shower.
Once.
You just wash your hair once.
Yeah.
You're an animal.
How many times do you wash your hair?
Twice.
Why are you washing your hair twice? Was the first time not good enough?
The first one is it's never enough.
What are you doing in your life?
I have
one
greasy
hair wash
hair.
is not enough.
I have greasy hair.
Sorry, we're going to have to spend more time on this. So walk me through your shower routine.
Right, I get first of all, I turn the shower on before I get in.
Yeah, wasteful.
Give it a few seconds. What do you mean? You're the one aiming it at the wall. It's exactly
Yeah, but I
the
mean,
same
I'm
thing.
in the shower.
I'm just not getting.
Technically, I'm having a shower and the water's
No,
on.
you're not until
You're
touched
standing
water.
watching a shower.
You're not showering
You're
until
standing
water has
watching
touched
the
your
shower.
body. I get in. I normally do. I sort of wet my whole body first.
Yeah,
Do you know
absolutely,
what I mean?
absolutely.
You gotta get yourself nice.
You get
and wet.
everything wet.
Yeah. I might even give my armpits a bit of a
Pre-rinse.
white. Yeah, absolutely. I then do my hair once, like lather it up, rinse it. Then again, straight away, lather.
So hair's the first thing you do.
Yeah, every time.
Hair's second to last for me.
No,
Hair, then face.
Hair first. Then because I use quite a strong deodorant that like leaves a lot of residue on my arms. It's like a creamy stuff.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
stop
I know
me
the
having
stuff.
BO. Because I'm quite sweaty, and so that takes a bit to get off. So I do my armpits second with a soap bar, and I'll normally wash them twice. So I'll stand there for a good
Once getting it off and then
30
once to wash it. Kind of thing.
yeah. Then I start lathering up, the body, the goods, getting all in it. Then I'm on the crotch. I might do my thighs, maybe. That's not
special occasion, birthdays,
but we're not
anniversaries.
I never go lower than my thighs. Do you know what
Never
I
do
mean?
your feet.
Occasionally, if I feel like they need it.
Oh, I don't know, man. I feel like your feet need it. You're on your feet all the day.
Well, no. Sometimes we have a hair strainer in the bath, so like that sometimes has enough hair in it that the water starts. Your feet are getting washed.
They're
by
getting
the
wet.
water.
I don't know if they're getting
They're
washed.
getting washed.
They get a while.
It's soapy water.
Being
down
wet
there.
and being
No,
washed
but
are
it's
two
soapy
different
water
things.
down there.
Yeah, but it's the soapy water that's got all the
I've
dirt
got
that
big
you've
feet,
washed
it
off.
creates a lot of
It's
turbulence.
all the dirt you've washed off.
There's rapids in the bath.
This is
That's
not
what I'm
something we're
saying.
going to agree on, I would say, our shower routines here.
But I then do the arse and then I rinse the whole body off.
And then your hair again.
No, the hair at that point.
Twice is enough.
Most-
3 times would be too many.
Actually, if I've got longer hair, it's twice for my hair currently. If I have longer hair,
You do it a third.
sometimes.
Wow.
If it's been a couple of days, yeah. But normally 2's the standard.
Somewhere you're misleading some market research on shampoo sales.
But I generally don't go through a lot of shampoo. I'm not putting a huge amount in my hand. I do a little bit.
Maybe that's why it's not being washed properly.
No,
You're not putting enough on. You're not lathering enough up.
No. But even when I do, I still need the second. It doesn't quite feel. Do you know? It's the squeaky clean. Do you know what I mean? Like you can feel it in your hair whether it's clean or not.
So my hair's clean.
Yeah, you can see your hair
Look at
looks
this.
clean. It looks. There's like a fluff to it.
Thank you.
I didn't
Natural
say
that.
was a good
Natural
thing.
that.
There's no product, just sweat.
To be honest,
And raw sex appeal.
pretty much what is there.
Yeah.
I had this. I tell you what I used
You know
to
the
use.
downside you have in the mic there, right? Is I get to see a lot of your forehead, and in certain angles it looks bigger than others.
Looks a bit Ant McPartlin-y.
Yeah.
Right. Happy with the showers?
Yeah.
Weird that I don't know why you brought it up, but
No,
I'm
me
happy with
neither.
it.
I thought it was an interesting conversation.
happy with it.
Because it's a bit like the how you wipe disagreement. Like everyone's very particular. So I would be interested to hear what the listeners think. Like
I would
how
love to hear some
what they're
shower routines.
washing,
I want to hear some shower
routine.
routines.
Like anyone who baths, like just get a life.
I
I sort of get it because it's their sort of. But any bloke who's having a bath, just have a word with yourself.
like a bath.
Have a word with yourself, Jake.
I think you're
Like
missing out.
the only time I would allow a man
Do you know
to
who
have
I
a
like?
bath
Do you know
if he's on holiday,
Do you know who I likes a bath? Who I know likes a bath?
and it should be a jacuzzi.
And you'll be like, well, I can't say shit to this because we fully respect everything this man says and does.
Kevin Smith,
Alex likes a bath.
he does like a bath. Alex, I'll allow.
It's a little treat.
Alex, I'll allow it because he's always bathed. He's not a shower sort of guy. I don't feel like.
He is now. He hasn't got a bath.
Oh shit!
He got a shower.
No, but he would bath if he had.
He'd bathe if he'd have.
Yeah, he'd have a bath if he had the option.
So if you're a bath guy, it's okay. But if you're a normal, if you're a
you were
shower
doing it
guy
from
and
a
you
young
have a
age-
bath, yeah, well, I've done it from a young age.
No, you were.
There's footage of me and my brother in a
Not on the
bath.
Well, I think someone needs to have a word with your parents or whoever took
My
the photo.
grandparents.
Well, let's not touch that.
Sadly, no longer with us. Rippers.
Do you want to do a?
No, it's been like
Okay.
8 years. It's fine.
Plus, I don't know where it is, and I nearly pressed God Save
Might,
the Queen.
it might have even been 9 years. Do you know what? It would work. Weirdly, it'd
Yeah.
work.
Were they quite monarchist people?
I would say to me,
Did you know there was a royal in Denmark? Like there was a queen of Denmark.
well, not for much longer.
There isn't now. She's resigned.
Yeah, it's her son.
Well, I didn't know there was one.
Is it Marguerite?
Frederick the X.
Yes, which is interesting because I think that's the one that features John Cena, isn't it?
Frederick X.
Yeah.
Oh, took me a minute. I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? But no, I didn't know
Too
there
many
was
of
a
them,
royal
isn't there?
family in Denmark.
There's royal families all over
I was
the
like,
place.
so we're not the only ones.
Yeah, there's
who
royal
do it.
families all over the place.
Where else?
Spain.
Have they got a monarch in Spain?
King.
No, they have palaces and shit, but they don't have like a royal
No,
family.
they have a king.
Do they?
Yeah.
Why don't?
He went out.
Why are
He
people
went
only
out,
talking about ours?
pretty sure he went out for the World Cup final, for the Women's World Cup final.
Did he really?
Pretty sure.
I didn't watch it.
I'm pretty sure Netherlands have still got a
No,
royal
I did
family.
because I saw the kiss.
Pretty sure Netherlands have still got a royal family. They're a republic. They don't have like a head of state. It's more like
Yeah.
it's very much a showy position.
Right.
But yeah, they still have a royal family.
Why doesn't anyone talk about theirs?
I think they probably don't have like theirs probably aren't all friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
Also, we did sort of invade the entire world.
Yeah.
So
Theirs have never sat on TV and said, I don't sweat.
no, that could be not true. They could have also.
They could have said it. They could have said it.
They could have. You can't put it past.
You'd have to
them.
do a deep dive on Danish television history to find out whether that was true or not.
Yeah. But I bet you they haven't been Pizza Express.
In Woking.
Yeah.
Not in Woking. They might have been in
Was it in
Copenhagen or
Basingstoke
something. No, Woking.
Was it Woking?
I'm pretty sure it was Woking.
That's fair.
And he remembers exactly what he had.
What was it? Do you remember?
No.
I thought you had.
Don't remember what I had last week. I don't remember what I had yesterday.
What are you having for dinner tonight?
An into the oven spag bowl.
Nice.
What are you having?
Pizza.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice, healthy way to start the year.
From Pizza Express.
No.
Crying shame.
From what?
Criminal.
What was I going to say?
How handsome I'm looking.
No.
How wonderfully regal you think
Have you
I
heard
am.
the world's coming to an end this year?
Is it?
Yeah, my Twitter's gone weird,
Shame,
man.
I think
don't
I'm
know
out.
what's happened. I think I must have watched one too many of the wrong videos because I now get weird shit.
What's your
I'm
algorithm
getting,
telling
like,
you?
I know I was into conspiracies before, right?
Yeah.
But I rarely got shit online about them. I'm now getting loads, and I'm now getting these dead in the eyes weirdos standing on a mountain somewhere in America talking about how everything's coming to an end and that everyone needs to start prepping. And,
They've been saying that for years, though, haven't
but they never tell you how.
Well, how to
Do you know
prep?
what- No. How the world's going to end? They're just like the world's like everything's going to hit the fans. Like, yeah, but what does that mean?
It's interpretive, isn't it? Because some would argue, with like COVID and stuff, that the world did end. The world as we knew it ended.
No, but that's not what they're saying. They're saying this is the apocalypse.
I would argue that was very apocalyptic.
No, but society didn't.
I
fully
got told
break
off for
down.
going for a walk. I think that's quite apocalyptic.
Yeah, but if you actually think about what life was like at the time,
We
like-
celebrated an old man walking around his garden. If that's not very Hunger Games.
and you know what? We're now trying to tear down his family, and it
Yeah,
disgusts
and then his
me.
family took him off to deliberately kill him so that they could build a spa in his name. That is
It's
very Hunger Games.
exactly what he would have wanted, and you cannot convince me of otherwise. Captain
I
Tom
mean, you don't know.
walked for
He
that.
may well have wanted that.
How do we know it wasn't his idea?
Yeah. Yeah, lads, watch this, he said. This would be
It
fun.
wasn't his idea. It does genuinely seem like his daughter's a bit of a scumbag.
She does seem like she
who
was the
has
one pushing it.
Completely abused her father and then milked him for everything he was worth.
Turns out how old my dad was, to be honest, whether I took that approach.
Would you have? No, but like it does sound like she genuinely
If he was the Captain Tom
forced
age,
him to do it.
it would be like, do you know what, son? You've had a good innings, but I want a spa. Get walking.
Would you? You'd make your aging parent.
Elderly, not aging. Aging's exploitative.
No, but he was. Mate, he was dead already. Do you
Exactly.
Know what I
So
mean?
what's the difference?
Yeah, we know what you feel about hurting people
Especially old people
and young.
and young. All right.
Yeah.
One time you say one thing.
That's all it takes, sadly, mate. Jesus.
Do you know what, though?
Episode.
While we're
Yeah,
on,
the reason the world's
go
going to
on.
end, right, is because apparently Mark Zuckerberg bought a bunker this year.
I
Apparently,
saw that. He's
Yeah.
getting it developed.
yeah, and it's like, yeah, but they all have them. Like, all the billionaires have bunkers and shit. Most of them are in New Zealand. There's like swathes of land with tunnels and.
I bet they're like
bunkers in New Zealand.
proper dodgy orgies going on in those places.
They're probably up to some weird shit. Children
Yeah.
have been trafficked. Do you know what I mean?
100% kids are being trafficked in and out of that place.
Epstein's
Underage
underground
women.
city,
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, no, genuinely, like the world could end, right? There's so many different ways it could happen. And one of the ones that we just don't really talk about
we
is
started on this cheery note.
asteroid impacts. Like, we go through twice a year quite a dangerous meteor stream.
Yeah, but the odds are low.
No, if
odds of
you
impact.
looked in the last 50 years how many times we've been impacted by different objects, and yeah, they've been small.
Yeah.
But
The odds of it being an extinction level impact
well, we've had it
are
before.
low.
It's happened before, though.
Yeah, but it wasn't yesterday, was it?
No, but it's happened multiple times in the history of this planet.
Well, we're guessing at some of that.
No, there's
It's
a lot
educated guessing, but we are guessing at some of that.
of some of it, but like there's huge craters, mate. And
Yeah, but
the science behind that is fairly simple, isn't it?
Yeah, but we don't know what impacts that would have had. We don't know if it would have wiped out the entire world.
Well, most of it,
But again, it's educated guesswork.
yeah. But it's not so out of the realms of possibility.
No, but I think we'll be all right.
I hope so.
I think we'll make it through.
I don't think they'd tell us if it was it was going to happen. So,
Well, don't worry about it then, I guess.
oh no, I don't.
That's the
I don't
message.
particularly. I mean, I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, it's not. The mental thing is we actually do live in a time where we could do something about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sort of. I don't know how you stave off a...
Shoot.
Oh, no, obviously.
It's genuinely like
Guys.
deflection. We've been they practiced.
You get a
it
bunch
last
of
year. We
oil
talked about
drillers.
it in the pod.
And you train them to be astronauts.
No. You need to get Bruce Willis, Steve Buscemi, Ben
Affleck.
Affleck, Billy Bob Thornton, Liv Tyler. You need her dad as well, Steve. Who else? I mean, some of them are dead now, quite sadly. The big black guy, I can't remember his name.
Michael Duncan Clark. Michael
Thank
Clark
you.
Duncan,
The guy
whichever one it
from
is.
Grey Mile. Grey Mile?
Yeah. So, can we stay on like internet social media conspiracies for a minute?
Please do.
Because I've discovered this thing, and it's genuinely, there was a way in, and I was like, okay, this is now. Once I stopped laughing, I was like, okay, I think we're past Poe's law on this one. So
Remind me of Poe's Law again.
I will. So it's called Transvestigators, and it's like a group of people that are
they're
just
going after trans people.
no, they're like convinced that they found women who are trans women,
Right.
and
Oh, like Big Mike.
I don't know who that is. Is that
You
that
must
Sesame
have
Street
heard
character?
about- No.
It's Big Mac, son.
Big Mike is Michelle Obama.
Oh, okay, yeah, right, exactly like that.
Yeah.
Now, this one that I saw, I was like, this is too good. This is unbelievable. And the comments were just like absolutely top
There are
tier.
people that believe Michelle Obama's a man.
So, well, this is the thing, right? So, Poe's...
She's had 2 daughters, Jake.
Exactly. Now, this is going to stick with that. Hold that thought. Poe's law is the idea that you're so... you can't tell what's parody and what's not. You can't tell what's satire and what's real.
Yeah.
And for me, I think these... And they literally call themselves transvestigators. Brilliant. Personally, I think they should get like a little badge that you could just flash. I don't know. They call them... Yeah. And I think it's at that point where someone could post an absolute piss-taking thing on their page.
Yeah.
But the realm that they're dealing with is so ridiculous that they wouldn't... Normally, in any situation, if someone is really taking the piss...
Yeah.
You'd know it and you go, come on, mate. Obviously, that's not real, is it?
Yeah.
You're just trying to take the piss out of us here. But here, the world that they're in is so ridiculous that you put something forward so ridiculous, they go, oh, yeah. Yeah, I reckon you're on something there. Because the one that went forward was Kate McCann, the woman who was quite famously a biological mother.
Yeah. She's had
Like,
3
literally
children.
only famous because she's physically given birth to
4
a child
3 children.
and then lost one.
Yeah.
One of the world's
Bro,
most famous.
Unless that's why she lost her, was to hide the actual truth that she's not their biological mother.
Wow,
But
solved it.
We've done
Solved it.
We know.
But I couldn't believe that they've put
Do you
forward
hear
one
that
of
at
the...
the door?
Is that the truth calling?
Is that the FBI?
It's one of the most...
Imagine if it was the FBI.
One of the most
What are they doing here?
famously biological... One of the most famous
Yeah,
biological
yeah.
mothers in the
We're
world.
like the Queen was trans. Do you know what I mean?
And these people are like, do you know what? I reckon it is. Look at the jawline.
Yeah. I'm saying Kate McCann's not the Queen.
Unbelievable. And I just went on like a little
It's
thing.
the Michelle
They're
Obama-
literally
it's-
just pulling...
Yeah.
So literally, and
Do you
unfortunately...
not just feel sorry for those people, though?
A little bit. I saw one of them as well in this
Like,
post.
imagine what their life must be like, that they hear something like Michelle Obama or What's the Chops is actually like Kate McCann's was a man, now a woman. Like to actually be in a world where
You're obsessed with it.
and you believe it, and like
Yeah.
that
Well,
makes sense to you. Like,
there was
what
one
must
woman-
their world be like?
And woman, I saw the picture, I saw the jawline. There was one woman who in this group had said like she'd basically broken up with her partner had broken up with her, and the reason it came about, and she shared this picture, this screenshot from this movie with two like young attractive couple, this young attractive couple standing on like a jetty or something in their underwear, and she's like, all I said was that it was so sad that they're both clearly trans, and it was like they're absolutely not, but like they know nothing looking at them. And she was like, and then I called out my boyfriend because my boyfriend said, "Oh, she's hot" or whatever, and I was like, "You're gay, right? Because that's a dude." And he was like, he basically just like, I don't think what you're doing
Like,
is.
look, if it turned out Sofia Vergara used to be a man, no one would give a shit.
Well, even if
Do
she
you know
did,
what I mean? Like, or
she's a
Margot
woman now.
Robbie. Yeah,
well, she's always
exactly.
been a woman. She just
No,
aligned
I
herself.
got
But
what you meant. I
you
got
know.
what you meant. Look, it's a safe space.
But it's funny.
We're allowed to slip.
But honestly, the fact that her boyfriend basically apparently called her out and was like, "What you're doing isn't healthy,"
Yeah.
and I'm going, and it was like, you're just literally grabbing pictures, and also it's really misogynistic because you're basically saying women have to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Because if a woman's tall,
Has any sort
or
of
she's got broad shoulders,
traditionally masculine features,
she's got a strong jawline or a big nose,
or a massive Adam's apple,
you're like, must be a man. So unless she's like a petite,
dainty,
wonderful,
femme.
dainty little feminine thing, then she's not a
Yeah.
woman.
Some of the most attractive women I've ever met personally have been like quite tall women, actually. Like some of them.
Well, models are all quite tall, aren't they?
Yeah.
Supermodels are all quite tall.
There was one girl I dated once. She was absolutely amazing. She was quite a broad woman. Do you know what I mean? Like she was tall and.
But
like,
it was just some of the suggestions on this page are so brilliant.
Yeah, I find it hilarious.
But Kate McCann was the top. I was like, come on, man.
No, it was when I heard about Big Mike that I was like, what? There's actually people that believe that he's called Big Mike. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, Barack looks like a very modern man, and it wouldn't surprise me if...
Like, do you know he's de-aged a lot? Like, because when he became president, he was quite a young, spry-looking guy, and then by the time he finished, he looked like an old man.
Yeah, but that's what the job does to you.
But he now looks about 10 years younger now. He's no longer president.
But I wouldn't be surprised if every once in a, every Valentine's Day, she gets a strap-on on and takes him to town. He's
not a strap on, apparently.
He's a but he's a cool modern president.
Yeah,
and I feel like if any of the presidents were going to be into that.
No, I think actually the American people would be fine if Trump was into pegging. I actually think his supporters would be like, do you know what? I respect him.
Yeah, it's manly, and it'd take a real man to take it.
That'd be very good for the gay community in general. I think if
Trump was into pegging,
Trump was into pegging. I think a lot more men would be like, do you know what? We're fine with it.
Can you imagine all them like gun-toting dorks who like coming home with strap-ons and being like, "Babe,
it's time.
It's for the country."
Oh my God, Weston, I've been waiting.
Yeah, USA.
America.
Oh, by the way, did you see the backlash from the response from Green Day playing American Idiot on Ryan Seacrest's Rockin' New Year's Eve party not last night, they recorded it months ago. So they changed the words in American Idiot, they changed one of the words to "don't want to be a MAGA idiot." And a lot of people came out who were obviously a bit MAGA and were like, I can't, like, it's a real shame that they've made it so political. It's like, American Idiot. The song American Idiot that was like deliberately written to criticise the Republican Bush administration.
Yeah.
It's too political.
They've always been a
What are you talking
party.
about?
There's literally one of their most famous albums is a live one where Billy Joe Saunders, in the middle of one of the songs, I wish I remember which one it was, does like it might be American Idiot, in fact, and like during one of the bits where the drummer's going mental, he's just like, just remember the people that you elect and the people that I elect into power. We're the ones with the power. They owe us their service.
But I couldn't believe that these people like, oh, it's so low of Green Day to get political. It's like,
political band.
and arguably their most famously political song. It's like it's the most obviously vocal critique of a country.
But doesn't that just show how little attention people pay?
Well, yeah, do you remember when, was it Tom Morello came out and was like anti-MAGA or whatever, and they were like,
Morello.
well, they were like, that's a real shame, and it was like, bro, killing in the name is literally like, how do you not get that?
They're fuck the system.
How do you
as
not
well,
get
aren't
that?
they?
Yeah, how do you not get that? How did you look at that guy and think, I think he might be on our side? Shocking, the level of awareness for some of these people. Which is my last link before I let you say something.
No, please.
No. To join, it's our podcast. I know all the awards were mine at the end of the do last year, but
Maybe I might do better this year.
Rhys James, the comedian, I saw him do a good little bit, or a good idea.
Who's Rhys James?
He's one of the young comedians that kind of did Mock the Week and stuff.
Okay.
And he said New Year's resolutions are dumb. He said, we, like, as a general population, have a real lack of self-awareness. He said, we should be doing each other's New Year's resolution. We should be like, let me tell you why you're a shitbag.
No, I couldn't
and then
do
you
it.
try and fix it.
No, that'd be too brutal. I couldn't do it.
Funny, though.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. Like, maybe we should do that one year. Get the boys on the pod.
And do each
The
other's.
New Year's and do
And we
each
could pull
other's.
names out of a hat and we'd be like, right, you're getting...
Yeah, you've got to decide what I've got to do for the New Year.
I know what mine... I reckon I know what mine would be.
What?
Tweet less about politics.
See, I don't mind you tweeting about politics.
But...
Tweeting about big TV shows I have an issue with.
Mine...
Particularly baking ones.
listen, man, stay off social media. Like, I'm sorry, I stay off social media till I've seen the episode.
You're
you can
the
stay off
only
social media
person
till
I
I've
know
seen the
who
episode.
does it. No one else I know.
That's bullshit. They're everywhere. Spoilers are everywhere online.
Genuinely, I manage to avoid them every single time. It's because of you.
Just saying.
You dirty whore.
Why don't you mute the words
Or
or the hashtag?
How do you do that?
I'll show you later.
Okay. You have to send me a link.
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
Please, my man.
No, I think we've done all right, mate.
Do you want to very quickly make some predictions for 2024? And then we'll review them at the end.
Oh, what? So, what do we think the general election's going to be this year?
Well, anything, any trends that we think might come up.
Should we do a Deadpool quickly? 3 people we think might die this year.
Oh, that's tough. A lot of them are already dead that I can think of.
King Charles. That's
Or
not a threat, by the
some
way.
absolutely obscure royal that we've never heard of.
I don't actually know who I think might die this year.
I reckon crop tops are going to make a comeback.
What's a crop top?
Crop top and flared trousers.
What are they the ones like literally?
They flare out at the bottom. And a
You'd
crop top's
fucking
just
wear 'em.
like there.
You'd wear both, wouldn't you?
Why would I wear a crop top and flared trousers? What, am I a 90s teenager?
Yes,
Well, I wasn't.
you are.
I was born in the 90s.
Yeah.
I wasn't a teenager in the
You'd
90s.
wear flares and a crop
I
top.
wouldn't wear...
I've seen you wear Speedos.
Yeah, that's
I've seen
true.
you be dressed like Bono.
But I wouldn't go out in a crop top. I'm not
You're
mental.
dressed as Justin Bieber.
Yeah. I mean, but that was just a hoodie and a wig.
Yeah, but you look like him.
Weirdly a compliment, I think.
I guess so. He is a drug addict and an alcoholic, though, as well.
We've all got our
And a
weaknesses.
sex addict. You're like guilty.
Guilty.
Lock me up.
Guilty.
Lock me up and throw away the key.
Pass me a bottle and a needle and let's get this party
What
started.
else do you think's going to make... What?
Who do you think's going to die?
I don't know. Roy Hodgson. I wish he'd go, but...
Not die. Just leave.
No,
just
not
retire.
die. Just
retire.
actually retire and stop taking Steve Barish's call.
Oh, here's the question. Do we think, sports-wise, do we think Warnock will take another job this year?
Of course he will. The man will be on his deathbed
I'm gonna
and rock
say-
up to training.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say he doesn't.
No, he does.
I think he's now retired.
No, but we've always said
But
that.
you could see him going in at Fleetwood for 3 months or something when Charlie Adams fucked it up.
I can see it being a team that's like pushing for promotion or fighting relegation.
Fighting relegation, I think.
Pushing for promotion if it's like League One down, but relegation if it's a championship. And I don't know who's around the relegation zone in the championship at the moment.
No. But I could see, yeah, it'd have to be a local club, I think. Do we think Tom Brady will stay retired?
I have no idea.
He's
No.
retired like 3 times.
Has he?
And
How
then
old
it-
is he now?
So he's in his 40s. And then his wife left him.
Oh.
Because
She
she
might
was
have
like,
taken half of everything, so he might need to
you
go
might need
back.
to go back and get some money.
Fuck it, I'm going to say it. Tom Brady comes out of retirement.
Tom Brady comes out of
He
retirement.
goes and
Warnock
plays for
comes
the
out of
Browns.
retirement. Okay,
Go
the
Browns!
You're going big. You're going
going
big on the
Cleve.
thing.
Let's go
Okay.
and Cleve.
I love the specificity of it.
I support the Browns.
Do you support the Browns?
I love the Browns.
There's your snippet. There's your ad.
Yeah, that's the advert. That's all it is.
And I think you've got a good run at presidency as well.
Oh, for saying I love the
Yeah, I
Browns.
think you've got it.
Yeah. I'm on board. Sign me up.
4 more years.
Yeah. What else do we think?
Don't know. What do
Does
we
Donald?
think?
Is there going to be an election in America this year, or is it too? No. it's
Yeah,
after.
but Donald's not allowed on the ballot in 2 states as it stands, Colorado and Maine.
Yeah, I think he becomes.
So he would
president again.
automatically lose those states. But Colorado's typically blue.
Do you think he'll become president?
Maine, I'm not sure. Maine might be a swing state. Do I think he becomes president?
Feels inevitable.
God, I hope not. Depends whether Sleepy Joe runs again or whether someone else comes in.
Oh, he's definitely going to run again because he's the incumbent. There's too many benefits
Don't
running
know.
in an
Don't
election.
know. Head and heart are pulling apart on this
Are
one.
we going to have an election this year?
Yeah, that's already. I think that's been announced. We just don't know when it'll be.
It's been. They say like, yeah, it's sort of been announced, but hasn't been announced. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think.
And I keep seeing stuff that like it's been penciled in May or it's been penciled in November. Like May would be much
May,
better.
I think it will probably be.
I fucking hope it's May, man.
I think I said that in an earlier episode. I think
But,
I
like,
think if you
the
go back a
thought
few episodes,
Of
I
another full year of fucking Tories.
think if you go back a few episodes, I think I said we'll have an election in May.
Did you?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, but you don't actually get to decide that. I know.
That was my
You
prediction. I
think-
didn't say I'm going to make it happen.
Well, that's just, you were like, well, I did say it was going to happen, so it's going to happen. That was
Just
basically
very-
how it came across.
Just smart, okay?
Are you the
just
oracle?
smart.
Is that what you're saying?
Some people know things.
How about we put a fiver on? I think it's going to be November. I think they're going to drag it out as long as possible.
I normally do, but I've already said May in a previous
Want to make
episode.
a gentleman's agreement?
Gentleman's agreement. I'll go for it.
We finally get to use it, Jake.
A gentleman's agreement. Huzzah!
Pinky swear.
I'm in.
Yeah. Should we try that again?
When you said a fiver,
Yeah,
I
five.
just £5
£5.
pennies,
Fi-
pounds.
5 crisp English pounds. I don't want any of that Scottish shit.
On the money, I'll have to make sure.
It's not legal tender in this household.
I think the driver's carrying some money. I might be able to get it off him.
Yeah, I know. Look,
I don't
royalty
carry
doesn't
cash.
carry
I don't
cash.
carry
I get
cash.
that. But you should have someone who does.
I think one of the staff will.
Yeah. So
Fiver, it's on.
I bet you could have that fiver within a week if it officially gets announced. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I could have that fiver with it. Why is it taking a week?
Well, no, but like
Why are
that.
you taking a week to pay me back?
No, but
Where's
it
my
hasn't
money?
been announced.
Where's
yet.
my money?
By the way, this bet is void if it has been announced today.
Where's
and
my
I've
money?
happened to missed it. Because you could have screwed me. You might already know that it's definitely in May.
It's like that blonde joke, isn't it?
So, like, is the bet void if it's any month other than May or November, or are we doing
Yeah, I
it
think it
whoever's
is. I think
closest?
I've said May, you've said November. I think we've got to avoid it if it's anything else.
Yeah, you just don't want to pay up.
Look, we all know I don't like paying for things. It's no secret on this podcast or in life.
But no, well, I've enjoyed the episode, bro.
Well,
Had
have a
nice
happy new
little
year.
chat.
2024 is going to be your year.
It's
I'm
going to be
feeling
your
it.
year too.
I'm feeling it.
And like, look, 2023 was a good year podcast wise. I would say it's probably one of our most consistent years in terms of producing content.
Good content.
Good
Please,
content.
please.
No, look, the other week you were saying there were some shit episodes, and then you just
We've
dropped
got to
that
be honest. If we're
bombshell
going to
in.
progress, we've got to be honest with ourselves.
But no, I think we've done well this year. We've been growing. YouTube's doing well.
Last year.
Audio's doing well last year. All right, mate, chill out. It's the first fucking day. Everyone slips up. The first time I had to write the date down today, I got it bang on. So give me some credit.
You should see me at work. I've literally, every time I write out prices and I put the dates on, very rarely do I get the right date.
Yeah.
I'm a day behind, I'm a day ahead. I'm all over the place.
Sure.
Sometimes I don't even get the right month.
Shame on you. And you're one of the most senior people in that organisation.
I'm middle. I'm in the middle.
Right, you're
I'm
senior.
in the middle.
Shock him. Hope they don't listen to this.
No chance.
But guys, let us know what your predictions are for the year. Who you think's going to die?
Yeah, who's going to die? What's your shower routine?
Tell you what, why don't we go away, think about that one, and we'll do a little segment on the next episode, the Deadpool, shall we?
You and I both know that I will forget about it.
I'll remind you, don't worry.
And I will be doing it on the spot again.
No. You need to do prep, bro.
And all I can think of is dead people. All I can think of are dead people who
No,
are dead.
but if needs be, just go through IMDb. Do you know what I mean? Just pick some people.
Just go through. But they got. I mean, they don't have to be old.
There has. I'll tell you what. We'll do a stipulation as well. I want 3 names, but one of them has to be under 60.
Okay.
So we're going for a sad one. You know, a young death.
We're all sad. You know, death's a death.
Well, you said
think
it
you're
depends
quite
how old they
dismissive-
were.
you're quite
You were
dismissive of
quite
the old.
pleased for
No, you can't
Captain Tom to be abused and killed.
You're quite dismissive for the old.
He was
there.
dead already in your eyes. You were very much like Boris Johnson during COVID. He was like, well, they're all old.
Listen, I think you've really shown your attitude there towards the age.
I think you're trying to swing it back in your favour after a very dicey episode.
There was nothing dicey about it.
Yeah, all right.
I made my claims.
When your rise to political greatness, this will be your
The thing is,
downfall.
the more horrendous things I say, the more likely I am to go up the political ladder.
That's the fucking frightening
That's
thing.
the
ain't it?
dangerous thing.
And on that lovely bombshell,
Have a good 2024.
guys, it'll all be on the bottom of the screen.
Tell them where they can find us.
They can find us on Twitter at Swords Crossing, on Facebook at Crossing Swords, on Instagram and TikTok at CrossingSwords_podcast, and you can email us at CrossingSwords19@gmail.com. If you're listening to this, the link to our YouTube page is in the description of every single episode. Please click on it. Don't even have to watch the video. Just drop it a like, drop a comment. Tell us how much you love us, how much you hate us, everything in between. We want to know. We want to feel it. We want to be there.
Tell us what celebrities will look like. We like those.
Yeah.
And tell us your shower routines.
Send us selfies. I want to know what you look like.
I want to see selfies.
Yeah, send us some pictures of
Waist
you.
up, preferably.
Yeah, but
We'll
if it
take waist down.
Yeah, well, no, but maybe the whole package. Do you know what I mean? Full body.
Dangerous wording, but we'll take it. I'll
But
tell you this.
only men. I've got a missus.
Come on now.
She'll be fine with me sitting cock, but I don't know if she'll be happy with me being sent tit pics and the JJs.
But it's quite exclusive, you know.
No, look, I'm setting my boundary that while I'm in a relationship, I don't want to see any other vaginas and tits.
Yeah, well, I'm all right, so you send them through.
Yeah, send them
Listen.
to Jake. Just not. I didn't say don't send them to us. I said don't send them to me.
Well, how? There's only us they can send them to you. We've only given them details
No,
for
but
us.
we both got access.
Yeah, so just don't look. I'll check.
Well, how about
I'll go in first.
people just direct the female attention in Jake's direction? I know there'll be a lot of disappointed women out there. I get it. There's a lot on offer here.
I'm disappointed, if I'm honest.
But Jake, I promise, I've heard is a perfectly adequate replacement.
Wow. Not just your... Tell us who's going to die as well, by the way.
Yeah, give us your predictions.
Any predictions? What's going to be a trend?
Yeah,
What's going to not
All
be a
of it.
trend? What words are going to come into existence?
I want to hear your prophecies.
Are people going to plank again? Or is that a really weird period in
I don't
time?
even want to know.
When you lay flat on things. No?
No,
Google planking.
no.
It's not weird. It's honestly.
It sounds weird.
I'll show you it. I know that sounded more threatening, didn't it?
Sound more
I'll show you.
yeah. Guys, hopefully you'll see me next time.
Bye.